We have some major Xbox news and rumors to go over today. Some big games popped into the news yesterday that could be releasing from some reliable leakers that have gotten stuff right in the past. So you could think that there is a chance for this. And then we're going to get some more news today about games that look like are dropping or at least being announced today. So there's lots of exciting stuff to go over. But before we do continue, if it is your first time here and you like staying up to date on everything Xbox, gaming related, all that type of stuff, discussion, news, hit the subscribe button, share the video, like the video if you do enjoy the content. But we're going to start off here. We're going to talk about this huge rumor that is going around. This isn't the first time we've heard about Gears E-Day. We've heard many things about this after they first announced it back at last year's showcase where they shocked everybody with that trailer. It was a beautiful trailer, bringing it back to the original Gears of War trailer, pretty much going along the same lines, evoking the same emotion. You had Marcus, you had Dom in there, and it's something I'm very much looking forward to coming from the Coalition, being done in Unreal Engine 5. They make very high quality stuff over there, so I'm excited to see what they're going to be able to do here with Gears E-Day. Last week we heard Fable was canceled, and people were speculating that this is okay because there's so many games coming out, and maybe they're doing this because they're going to be slotting in Gears E-Day in place of Fable. Now we have a rumor here that doesn't fully go with that narrative. It does say that we are going to be getting a Gears game in 2025, but Gears E-Day could be pushed to 2026. So stuff we've heard about before in terms of the Gears games, but I hope all of this does come true. At least getting both of these games out released in the next year or so. This comes via Xbox era and Ecstasies, who's gotten some stuff wrong, gotten other stuff right. So you have to take this with a grain of salt, absolutely. But he does put this out. He says that he put out a new video and claims that Gears E-Day is aiming for a 2026 release and that the long rumored Gears collection will be announced as a full multi-platform release in June. Specifically saying a source told Ecstasies that the Gears of War E-Day is scheduled for 2026 with a very slim possibility of it being moved forward to 2025. This source also told them the long desired Gears of War collection is currently scheduled for 2025 with a reveal set for the Xbox showcase this year. The game is also coming to PS5, Series XX, and PC on day one. There's no information on a Nintendo Switch 2 port. I would take a wild just stab in the dark here and say if they're releasing this on the PS5, the Gears collection, they're releasing this on the Nintendo Switch 2. So wherever this leaker is getting their information from, whoever the source is, I would be shocked if they don't release this on the Nintendo Switch 2. These are older games. They're going to be remastered and everything. They're going to be able to absolutely run on the Nintendo Switch 2. And if they are putting Gears of War now on PS5, and that's another tentpole game going over to the PlayStation, I would be just completely shocked if they decide to leave out the Nintendo Switch 2, which is going to have a huge install base over the next number of years. They're predicting they're going to be selling around 4 to 5 million units right in the first year. So that alone is enough for them to want to go out there and make that Switch 2 port. So I wouldn't be shocked at that, but I hope this all comes true. The games that are being released here, the Gears collection, we've heard so many rumors around this. They keep bringing it up. But we've never really had any sort of other information other than leakers who have said this thing is real. I think it would be a no-brainer to put out a Gears collection, especially if they do it in the same vein as the Master Chief collection and have everything in a singular package, not having to load into each game individually, but being able to go through, pick your campaigns, have some additional features being a part of this collection, also go in there, have the whole multiplayer suite in one place. Like that would be a phenomenal thing, something that I would be jumping into right away, as Gears is one of my favorite franchises. Now, are they going to release it on PS5 and are they going to announce this at the Xbox showcase? That's the other big question. We've been hearing nonstop that they are releasing it on PS5. Forza Horizon 5 is going to PS5, so I wouldn't be shocked if that's the case, but are they going to announce it here at the Xbox showcase, which Phil Spencer recently came out and said they aren't going to not put all the logos on where the games are releases when they make these announcements. There's no more ambiguity when it comes to where these games are going to be coming out. So if they do at the Xbox showcase, that will be very interesting to see the reaction from Xbox fans, specifically seeing the PS5 logo show up to the Gears of War collection. Gears of War E-Day, again, this rumor, it's kind of wavering here whether they think it could still be coming out in 2025 or not. They say there's a small possibility, but to me, scheduling E-Day for 2026 makes just far more sense in my mind than everything we've been hearing of it coming out in 2025. Because I think we're going to see at the June showcase, but I think there's way more stuff that we just don't know about that will fill in the end of this year without Gears of War and without Fable there. I think they have enough games that will still be able to fill it out. So I wouldn't be shocked here if Gears of War E-Day does end up to 2026, and that's completely okay, because then you start thinking about next year, you already have Fable and Gears, the brand new Gears of War game, scheduled for 2026, which makes it already a strong year. All right, this next one here is another big rumor, very exciting, and there's many ways that you could read into this, but it has to do with Call of Duty 2026. We already heard about Call of Duty 2025. It looks like they aren't abandoning the Xbox One and the PS4, and this Call of Duty for this year is going to be releasing everywhere. Well, Call of Duty 2026 may be taking the exact opposite route, as it is being claimed here by a relatively reliable leaker here, the Ghost of Hope, who's gotten tons of stuff right on Call of Duty. And they're claiming here that Call of Duty 2026 will be developed for the next generation Xbox, which would make you start to think, does this mean that the next gen Xbox is coming out next year? The brand new console, is this something that's going to launch in the fall of 2026, with Call of Duty being the launch title, which I think would sell those units and get people to go out there and jump into an Xbox, especially if it's the only next gen console on the market. This is according to the reputable Call of Duty leaker, the Ghost of Hope, who took to X to break the news after it was announced that Season 3 of Black Ops 6 would be delayed until April. And that's another thing that did happen here with Call of Duty. They are delaying that until April. We'll go over that after this story. And it says, according to Hope, the 2026 title is not being developed for the past generation consoles, which is interesting because we were just talking in the other video about Call of Duty is when were they going to stop making it for the last gen, and it looks like 2026 is going to be that game where they abandon the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4, but it is being developed for the next generation of Xbox. And if true, this could be the first real hint that the next gen Xbox could release around the fall of 2026. So we've heard multiple rumors about when the next Xbox is going to come out. I think it would be a very smart strategy to release the next Xbox ahead of the PlayStation 6. I mean, they just released the PS5 Pro, so there's no way a PS6 is coming out in 2026. Xbox should do what they did with the Xbox 360, get ahead of the PS6 by about a year or so, and make that the premier next-gen console to go play on. Developers will prioritize that as the next-gen console, package in the brand new Call of Duty, which will have people going out there and buying it just for that. I think that would be a very smart move. The other thing here is people are saying, yeah, they're developing it for the next-gen Xbox, so they have it ready for when it does launch, which may not be until 2027. So it doesn't necessarily mean because they have the game ready for next-gen Xbox that they're going to be releasing the next gen Xbox at the exact same time. To me, it makes sense if they're making a game for 2026 for next generation of Xbox that they would be releasing the console alongside it. But we will see it. This is pretty exciting stuff. We are getting to that point where more and more rumors about next generation will continuously pop up, and I'm very excited to see what Xbox has in store, specifically for their at-home console, because we know they're making a handheld. I think the handheld is going to be very similar to a lot of stuff already out there on the market. The most exciting thing for me is how they're going to adapt the UI to the handheld. But what are they going to do with that at-home console? Are they going to go really big here, make it a very premium console that's expensive for people who want top-of-the-line stuff? Or are they going to continue to stay within the console range of prices? And it's an upgrade, but it's not just a massive upgrade that they could do if they went more expensive. Lots of questions there, but I'm sure we will hear more about that relatively soon. All right, and in terms of the Season 3, it has been delayed here until April. People were expecting this to kick off March 20th. Well, you're going to have to wait a little bit longer here. It says it will now launch 2 weeks later than previously anticipated, saying Season 3 is a big moment for Call of Duty, Warzone, and Black Ops 6, and we're taking the time to deliver a great experience starting on April 3rd. So you're going to just have to wait a couple more weeks for what is going on here with the anticipated return of Verdansk in Warzone. So that is the Call of Duty stuff. lots of interesting leaks and rumors there for Xbox. And I mean, it doesn't end there. There's tons more Xbox news here. We have this happening today. So this is exciting. We're going to be able to talk about this again tomorrow. Stuff we've already heard about, but Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 and 4 announcement is happening today. And the other thing that will be happening apparently is that the Minecraft triple bundle will release on PC and Xbox for $50. So those are two things here. This information is being provided by Bill Kuhn, who's gotten tons of stuff, right? Very good track record with leaks. I mean, with Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, we already pretty much knew it was 3 and 4, but I can't wait just to see them show this game off, give us a release date, give us the price and everything for it. I'm going to be playing that right away. I have the collector's edition of Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2 that actually comes with a skateboard deck, which is super cool. So I wonder if they'll do something similar with 3 and 4. Okay, a couple more things here. Scalebound. I would love to see Scalebound come back. I see a lot of the comments every time I say that telling me to let it go. It's not coming back and you shouldn't want it to come back because of how this whole deal and everything went down. But I thought the game looked very cool when they first showed it off. I love video games, so I would love to see this game come back. Well, Hideki Kamiya here is saying that he would still love to make the game. And I don't think this is the first time he said this, but he's talking about it again. He's wanting to reach out to Phil here and get Scalebound made. This comes via a video where he is explaining to his colleagues that the protagonist has headphones and a smartphone despite being in a fantasy world with dragons. He's talking here about the Scalebound character. And he says, just like Isekai Reincarnation, which is one developer comments referring to a subgenre of manga and anime in which a character is transported to another world in the fish out of water scenario. He says, yeah, exactly. And then he says here, that's the big trend right now. The tweet also quotes Kamiya saying, I love to make it again someday. And the video doesn't show him saying that, but that's what this tweet here says. And then Kamiya takes that tweet, retweets it, and says, let's do it, Phil. So he's just being completely open here and saying, no, it's not a joke. He's totally serious about it. That's what he told VGC later, that he would absolutely love to get Scalebound made again. Bring it back. He has his own studio now. He's moved. I wonder how this would all work if they could just get the IP and make it, because this was being done at Platinum. But it would be super cool to see if somehow they did revive Scalebound here, make this game come out. Because I think contrary to a lot of the negativity that surrounded the game, surrounded the whole way that it went down, people not taking blame for why the game failed, if they were to come out at an Xbox showcase and then show an upgraded version of Scalebound further in development and then give like some more information, maybe even a release date because they've been working on it for a while, people will lose their minds to see this game come back. So I really hope this does happen. I've always wanted to play this game right since they did first show it off. I thought it was a shame that this game never hit the Xbox One, because I think that would have been another big win there for the Xbox One generation, which obviously needed a bunch to be able to compete with the PlayStation 4. Other games that could be coming back, I think all of these should come back, is Guitar Hero and Crash Bandicoot games, and also I guess older Call of Duties as well. Activision taps AI for a sneak peek at possible Guitar Hero, Call of Duty, and Crash Bandicoot games. It says here that ads started showing up here for Guitar Hero, Call of Duty, and Crash Bandicoot, and then it was discovered that these were AI promotional artwork pieces that people clicked on these ads, and then when they clicked on these ads, this is what they were told. It says, thanks for your interest. This isn't a real game, but could be someday. We'd love if you could answer this short survey, which could help inform us of the potential future of this game. Your feedback really matters to us. And this, again, was an advertisement for Guitar Hero Mobile, fast-paced, competitive mobile rhythm game, Call of Duty Zombie Defender, top-down tactical mobile defense game, and then Crash Bandicoot Brawl, which would be a fast-paced round survival game where 30 plus contestants compete against one another. So they put out these fake ads. You click on the ad, brings you to a survey, and it would ask you if you were interested in these games. I think it would be super cool to bring these back. I would love to see it more than just on the mobile side of things, though. Like if they could create another actual Guitar Hero game and bring it to the current consoles, that would be awesome. I think there is room here to bring back those rhythm games because they were huge during the 360 era. Then they just saturated the market too much, and nobody really cared anymore about them. But it's been a long time now, so it'd be cool to bring some of this stuff back. And then Crash Bandicoot and Call of Duty, I mean, we've already seen those games. Those games didn't really go anywhere. We've seen new Crash Bandicoot stuff, Crash Bandicoot 4. Be cool to make it number 5. And then obviously Call of Duty. It's not really anything that they would be bringing back here with Call of Duty. It would just be a new style of Call of Duty game. All right, two more things here. We have NVIDIA GeForce Now has added the Master Chief Collection to streaming, which includes everything. So if you have NVIDIA GeForce Now and you wanted to go check out the Master Chief Collection, you're going to be able to do that. And finally, we'll enough talking about Avowed, because Avowed, people want to know the numbers. How well did it do? They keep throwing the Steam charts out there and thinking that is the end all and be all as to whether this game was a success or failure. Well, it looks like it did pretty good. Not on Steam, plus on Xbox, everything. You put all the numbers together, it's probably going to overall be a relatively good success here for Avowed in terms of sales, player counts, all of that type of stuff. We have this information here. And this comes via Circana and the player engagement tracker, and it says Microsoft Xbox Avowed is placed 4th on the Xbox chart in its first week of full release. And this again via Circana and the US player engagement tracker for the top 15 titles by total weekly US players. And you can see where it ranks. I mean, it is in pretty good company here. It's under Call of Duty, Fortnite, and Roblox, and then you have Avowed that slots in there at number 4. And that would mean a lot of people on Xbox checked Avowed out, whether that was they purchased it, whether that was they bought its a Game Pass subscription and played it through there. It did very well. This is why, especially with first-party Xbox games that release on Game Pass, you can't just look at the Steam charts. It does not tell the entirety of the story. I mean, yes, bigger games will do very well on Steam, but Avowed isn't like the biggest release in the world. This isn't Obsidian's prime game here. And it's doing very well here in terms of the overall player engagement. So I wonder what the split would be on Xbox. People who played on Game Pass versus people who bought it, plus people who bought the premium upgrade to play the game early. But I'll end the video there, guys. If you did enjoy this video, hit that thumbs up. If you're new here, hit that subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.
We'll be right back.